Hello everyone. May 5th, 2022, R&B phenom Kenyon Dixon released his latest album titled Closer. It should have been called Pregnancy because what the hell else is supposed to happen after listening to this? Really, Kenyon? God, this album got me in a chokehold. Oh, he stresses me out in the worst way. Album review is up next. Hey! So what you really trying to do though? Make it count. Every love when we can. Wait, am I in the right key? Hold on. Make it count. Every little when we can, baby. I hear you. Praise the Lord, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Maya Ellington, and you know what I do here. I talk about music while looking good, baby. And we gonna say a lot on that. Period. Y'all know I gotta give y'all some poses. Look, I don't be getting dressed for these videos to not pose. Y'all just gonna have to get them every time. I love y'all so much. Welcome back to my channel. We're really doing this. Sticking to this commitment of uploading YouTube videos. Oh my God. Welcome to the first episode of my fourth and final series. Here's Major 13. This album has been on my heart since it dropped. I didn't know that I needed this album. So I haven't been following Kenyon for that long on social media, nor have I known about his music for a long time. I started seeing his name when Expectations was about to come out. His last album. Is it Expectations with an S? Baby, because you know we will put an S on something. Expectations. Okay, so that was the album that he put out last year. Before then is when I started following him. I follow several people who rock with him. So I would just always see that name and then I would always see his face. It was really cool to see what Expectations did for the culture, the numbers, and how far he was able to take that album. But he is not new to this thing. Come to find out, he's very true. My favorite thing about Kenyon, besides him being an artist, I love the think pieces that he writes concerning R&B music. I just love how he talks about R&B music. I feel like the way he feels about R&B is how I feel about gospel. He's very passionate about it. He studies it to show himself approved. He has the music to back himself up, and he's a student to the genre, and I appreciate and I respect people like that. Then occasionally, you know, he'll give us a picture, a video, looking how he looking with moisturized lips. Kenyon be playing with us, if y'all don't know. Kenyon be doing stuff like, that's all I'm gonna say. I see you. We see you. Whatever the mission is, it's accomplished. Kenyon be looking how Kenyon be looking. And we are here for it. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. Maya gonna be good. I mean, you know the song says, let the weak say I am strong. Baby, when I tell you, Maya is strong. I'm good, y'all. I'm good. Kenyon looks good and he knows it, and we're just not gonna sit here and act like, I mean, what we supposed to do with these pictures and video clips? Honey, give the Lord our lives? Like, well, what is this? Salvation in content form? Like, come on. Kenyon know what he doing. I'm just saying, the doing is doing. That's all. That's all. I'm just agreeing with you, okay? There's that. I don't know if he has a whole team behind him. I don't know if he does this himself. I love good-looking Black people who produce great quality content. I live for Kenyon's content. So I feel like everybody who knew of him prior to Expectations was really there from the beginning, and just see step by step how Expectations came together. I feel like I got that chance with this album, how he pretty much led us to the release of it. And when I say Kenyon has me as a fan for life, unless he just goes off the deep end and just forsakes all of this, then I'ma pray for you if you drop an album doing Gregorian chants. I don't know if I can get behind that, but child, who am I? Maya does not stop anybody's show. Let's dig into this album. Mid-January, he dropped Love on Replay, his collab with Tiffany Goucher. Pretty much with Kenyon and even a lot of these R&B artists who's not what we consider mainstream or whatever, they can literally record a song whenever they want to, put it out whenever they want to. It doesn't necessarily mean something bigger is coming. We don't know if this is for somebody else's album, if they're doing this for a movie, like we don't know. We just love when he puts stuff out. So Love on Replay comes out January 14th. Later in January, we hear this clip of him and a woman just crooning over a song. We don't know who it is, what it is, we don't know what's going on. It sounds amazing, okay? It's just a little clip of a song. Then he comes out with the clip end of February playing what we now know as Marvin Gaye. Then we get another clip top of March of what we now know as Get High, Get By. End of March, he lets us know that top of April, he's coming out with a song featuring D Smoke called Get High, Get By. You swipe and you actually hear the song, clip of the song that you heard last month. So I was like, okay, because we want this. After the song comes out, baby, if Kenyon don't do nothing else, baby, he gonna do a TikTok challenge. He presented an opportunity for people to add an original verse to that song, and I believe the winner will be on a remix with him. I think that's the prize. So mid-April, we get our first teaser of his album Closer. We didn't know it was an album. Well, hell, I didn't. But it's still the first teaser. Towards the end of April, he lets us know his album is coming out May 5th. We don't know until he tells us. So he's really good at teasing his listeners. He'll put a little clip up, he'll let us go crazy in the comments, and then baby, life just goes on. And I'm going through all of this just to show y'all how he just took us on the journey we didn't know that we were going on. First of all, great job, Kenyon. We didn't know where we were going, but we trusted you. And you dropped some gems along the way. We just didn't know how they were gonna be placed. And this whole time, you just playing clips from your album, the No Skip album. Kudos to you and the team. There were also some posts that Kenyon made that really got my attention to where I wanted to see, as far as the words that he was speaking, if he was gonna live up to that. And I'm sure he doesn't mind that. So the post says, we like the R&B we listen to today, but we don't love the R&B we listen to. And that's what I'm trying to change. When we loved the music we were getting, the support reflected that. With this next album, I really studied some of the R&B greats and some of my favorite records and tried to get down to the bottom of why we feel the way we do when we listen to them. And I wanted to recreate those feelings. And that's a huge part of what Closer is about, getting y'all closer to that feeling of actually loving the music you support again. I was like, oh, okay, all right. That's how we coming, that's how we talking, that's how we studying. I will have to say mission accomplished. He's totally right. We like the R&B. It's cool. When you hear them enough, you're gonna learn them. But we don't actually love what we hear. We're used to taking what we get. And it made me start to think, like, what R&B albums do I love? Diary of Alicia Keys, Dangerously in Love, B-Day by Beyonce, Get Lifted, John Legend, Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, Watch the Sun by PJ Morton, Confession by Usher, Beautifully Human, Words and Sounds, Volume 2, Jill Scott, and of course the album of all albums for me, Full Moon by Brandy. And I mean, if we want to do an honorable mention, Colorblind by John P. Key. I had to do it. I had to do it. May 5th, the album comes out. I had some driving to do, so I was like, I should be able to listen to, if not the whole album, I should be able to get a good chunk in before my drive ends, because I had to drive like almost 30 minutes into the city. It wasn't until Closer ended that I first realized I like every song. Secondly, I didn't know that the album was over until Marvin Gaye came back in. I'm gonna start with track 2. I'm gonna work my way down. I may skip around a little bit. I'm saying that to say Marvin Gaye, we're gonna have to talk about Marvin Gaye last, even though it's the first song on the record. Let's start with ISLY, I Still Love You. I love acronyms for song titles. I don't know why, but I do. This gives me 1998 to 2003. It's giving me New Millennium. 106 in Park just dropped. Video Countdown. It's giving me Spring Bling. The vibe and the mood for this song, it feels so good. So like some songs I can throw out there that'll put you in the same mood. This song doesn't sound like those songs, but it's still the same mood and it's in a bright key. Happy by Ashanti, Can't Let You Go, Fabulous, I Need a Girl, P. Diddy, like the remix of boo doo 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 doo. That song. Sent from Heaven, Keisha Cole. We can even throw in You Remind Me by Usher. Did something rush over you when I was naming those songs off? It's that vibe. The song is so good. But what took the cake for me above all else were the lyrics to this song. It's refreshing to hear an artist talk about relationships in its truest form. I feel like the lyrics humanize what relationships really are. I like how he indirectly talks about his choice to be with this person and then his choice to remain with this person. He equally talks about the good and the not so good parts that can come up in relationships. Whether this song is his true experience or he fictionally put himself in this scenario to write this song, I love how he lyrically protected his partner. Of course, it's easy to be happy and in love when things are up, but you really find how true people are when things are down and when responsibility comes into the picture. And I feel like sometimes in music we tell too much. Like I'm definitely guilty of that. We know in relationships that there are ups and downs. We don't necessarily need to know the details. We can just, it's context clues. He's not giving tea. I love how mature his approach was. The lyrics are giving wedding vows. It's giving for better or for worse. We have an expectations interlude. Usually interludes are very short. Sometimes you really don't need them. I love how he did this interlude because honestly, the interlude was another 50 seconds from being a whole song. I mean, radio edits are what, 2 minutes and something? It's very slow paced. He's in the pocket. So tough on this song. It doesn't feel rushed. As a listener and as someone who loves music, I didn't feel cheated. However, you know, if you eventually want to give us a second verse and a bridge and a repeat of the chorus, you know we're gonna rock with it. But I felt like he didn't waste album space with that. Secondly, why I love that song, y'all, I'm not even gonna lie, that song is my current mantra, current affirmation, especially when I need to calm down my anxiety. I know the mood that he's setting and what he's referring to, but I honestly believe it's possible to have a different experience than what the artist, writer, producer, whoever intends for you to have. And that is just another countless example. It speaks to being obedient to the calling that you have on your life, because your gift may hit me different, may help me differently than what you intended it to do. So I'm gonna read the lyrics. It says, whatever's on your mind right now, let it go. Baby, we should live in the moment to really flow. I need you here, body and soul, babe. We'll move slow, babe. So just don't say no. A little bit at a time. First your body, then your mind. Let's explore you and I. Welcome to the other side. You just wait and see. It'll be everything. Highest heights we'll reach, but only if you stay and have me your way. We know what he's talking about. We know what he's getting at. But for me personally, it speaks hope. I know, I know. Like those lyrics like really minister to me. It speaks hope. And I just received don't give up from it. These are words that I tell myself, or this is the song that I play when I'm worrying too much, when my anxiety is up. Like seriously, the song starts out, whatever's on your mind right now, let it go. To the other side, I'll reach higher heights. Just wait and see. Only if you stay, like if you don't give up. So it speaks to me in a different way. And I'm proud of myself for getting through that without crying. And then lastly, the song drops just the same key as the next song, so it's a perfect segue into Love on Replay. So I'm gonna talk about 3 songs together because they all have something in common that I love. Love on Replay, Get High, Get By, and Here. 3 out of the 4 collaborations that he had on this album. Here's my thing with music. So when I hear music, I see colors. I've always been this way, and I just firmly believe, like, if you're a black artist, I don't care what type of music you sing, you need to have brown music, or I call it nighttime music. Any song that's in the key starting from A flat all the way to E flat, I consider that brown music. It's different shades of browns. These 3 songs give me that. Love on Replay features Tiffany Goucher. So I remember when this song first was announced that it was coming out, I was very interested to hear how they sound together. And oh my gosh, it was a collaboration I didn't know that I needed. Kenyon was so chill on this song. Tiffany came in like a black woman does. When we walk into a room, baby, that's how she walked in on her verse. She came in like a 1990s vocalist. And what I appreciate about how she came in on her verse, don't warm me up. I don't need you to get to the middle of your verse and be at the middle of the song before you like really open up. Like, start out strong. For me, how she started, she kept it all the way through, singing her ad-libs in the chorus, and it didn't dwindle. The spark didn't leave. Beautiful song. The song is perfect to listen to year round. The song came out in January. It's cold. Me personally, there are certain songs that I can only listen to certain times of the year. If it's 28 degrees in February, I just cannot listen to Golden by Jill Scott. I cannot listen to Everybody Loves the Sunshine on January 25th. I just can't. There is no sunshine, and if there is, I can't feel it. It's so far from the earth. It's cold. Now we're in spring going to the summer. It's still like the perfect right around song. Those special songs that I can listen to year round. Love on Replay is one of them. Get high, get by. Unless you're just the richest person on earth, I feel like anybody can relate to this song. I almost listen to that song every time before I clock in at work. I wish I could get high. It's giving you golden hour. It has a beautiful bass line that's very prominent coming through the music, and rightfully so. We love us a good bass line on some California music. It just goes together. The amount of experimentation that he did with what his voice could do. My favorite thing vocally about this song was his vibrato. I love when he says, some days it takes a little more to survive. Baby, Kenyon was in his vibrato bag on this album. That's how we get by. Oh, you gotta hold your ear and shake your head. Show us everything that your voice can do. We can handle it. He has such good vibrato moments on this album. Here, featuring Susan Carroll. That was a beautiful duet. Again, for me, the lyrics take the cake. FaceTime's a great time. Texting's a blessing. But babe, I need a deeper connection. I want you here. That was so dope. And texting is a blessing. Don't FaceTime me. I prefer texting. If we're gonna be in front of each other's faces, cool. But if we not, I'll talk to you. I'll talk to you on the phone if I really like you, but text me, please. Voice memo me, please. Oh my God, Maya is a voice memoer. And there were a lot of times, even though he really highlighted it in here, there are many times throughout the album that he really focused on like human interaction and connection and quality time. So I'm gonna highlight 3 more songs together. Dream of Me, Always 203, and Closer. I'm gonna say this about these 3 songs, okay? If he hasn't already, Kenyon needs to write and vocal produce for Usher. He can even throw in What You Trying to Do. He can slide those onto Usher's table and just be like, I know you well enough to produce and write for you. Kenyon needs to be on Usher's team, especially if we're gonna get another Confessions, like we're back in 2004, not discrediting anybody, y'all just need an addition, and that's Kenyon. I can tell that Kenyon is a fan of Usher's while still completely having his own identity. There's a huge difference between being inspired and biting someone. I hear the inspiration. It would be amazing if they could link up. So we're gonna go to my second favorite song on this album, WYTD. If you know, so what you really trying to do though? Wait. This song right here makes me miss Los Angeles. I actually have a Los Angeles playlist. There are certain songs, when I hear them, they make me think about LA. Feels by Calvin Harris, Under Control by The Internet. This song is going on that playlist. LAX me, please. This is the song that you want to play at the family reunions, at the backyard barbecue. This is the song that you want to skate and rollerblade to. It's so fun. It feels so good. He has the beautiful Gwen bun on there. It's in a daytime key. I consider daytime keys from E all the way to G. Just a great picker-upper. If you're feeling good, it's gonna make you feel great. If you're feeling not so good, it's gonna make you feel good. So I love that song, and I know that you guys will love it too. Okay. We made it to Marvin Gaye. Y'all, this song has taken me down. This song stresses me out in a great way. And I felt like it was the best step for him to put this song first on the album. And so this is another instance, reading the lyrics, that I kind of got a double meaning from it. And I'm gonna let you guys know, if I was writing this out, I would be writing all of this, just my feelings and how it's affected me. So now that I'm doing music reviews, talking on the camera, I gotta let y'all know what goes on in my head. Marvin Gaye is in a daytime key. He mentioned trying to figure out different elements of why we love the songs that we do. Listen, if you got a bass line in your song hitting the 5, that's one thing. We love a bass line either going up to the 5 or going down to the 5. In this case, it's descending to the 5. You'll have to listen to the song to understand what I'm saying. So like another song where bass puts the emphasis on the 5, there's a 5 chord playing, or it may be a 4 chord, but the bass is hitting the 5 under it. So you can think about Unbreakable by Alicia Keys, Footsteps in the Dark by the Isley Brothers, even Upgrade You by Beyonce, especially when you listen to the live version off of The Experience. The bass part in the actual track off the album does hit the 5. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The chords that are played on top of that note in the live version really makes that moment. You can't go wrong with the song where the bass line is hitting the 5. It does something to our soul. This type of song, I call them like cold hot songs. You have songs to where like whatever the key name is, it'll change to its relative minor, or you may have a song where it's going between 2 keys and they're of the same letter name, but it's major, minor, major, minor. He does that a few more times within this album. But with songs like that, it really keeps your soul engaged. The chords are going back and forth. It's warm, then it's cool, and then it's warm, then it's cool. You can't really get stuck on not listening to the song while it's playing because your soul is involved. I love how he kept the mystery in the lyrics. We know what the mood is, we know what's going on, but he's not telling us what's happening. He leaves our imagination to kind of tell our own story. It's really not right that I had to listen to this song, listen to this album, and I'm single. This album almost made me sit down and start writing out what I want in a man. If this is what love feels like, I want it. I miss songs that make you want to be in love. So his lyrics, you in a rush for what? Ain't gotta hurry up, let's have the time of our lives. Haven't you heard, when we get to it carefully, we'll be in for a surprise. Let's take the long way home, period. We can afford to roam, so many places unseen. If we go slow tonight, this could be paradise. Get everything that we need. Make it count, every letter. When we care, ain't it better? Feel love, that's forever. So you should just relax and let me take my time. And then this nigga gonna say after that, after telling us to relax and let him take his time, he then gonna ask us, is it okay if I take my time? What in the Harvey Watkins and Ken Spirituals is going on? That was a great play you took out of the book. Baby, that was a church move. Baby, Harvey Watkins Jr. look at you and say, can I tell my story? Y'all don't want me to tell my story. Oh, it's the toggle of my emotions. Don't toggle with me like that. Are you gonna tell me what to do, or you gonna ask me? You cannot do both. Y'all, Kenyon is playing with us in our faces and we are just taking it. That moment was beautiful. It made me laugh. So we know what the song is talking about, what he's hinting at. But then I start to think about it. With all the conversation that he has around R&B music, get us back to appreciating what real R&B is. What if he's talking to us? I feel like he's talking to the listeners, letting us know how we need to digest this. Marvin Gaye really set the tone of what this album was going to bring. Lyrically, musically, all of that. Marvin Gaye is almost like the master of ceremony for this album. You in a rush for what? Ain't gotta hurry up. Let's have the time of our lives. Haven't you heard, when we get to it carefully, we'll be in for a surprise. Let's take the long way home. We can afford to roam, so many places unseen. I feel like this stanza speaks to the tempo of this album. He really didn't have a lot of fast songs, and he gave us the opportunity, I believe, through tempo to really take in all that he's doing in these songs. You can miss a lot when the tempo is really fast. Yes, he got the lyrics. Yes, the tracks are banging. Are y'all hearing what he's doing vocally in his background vocals? Kenyon stacks. Okay, there's a lot of moving parts. Every time I listen to his songs, I hear something new. Make it count, every letter. When we care, ain't it better? Feel the love, that's forever. So you should just relax and let me take my time. Those lines, do they not speak to Kenyon's passion for R&B music? Make it count, every letter. The intention, the execution that he has on this album. He handled every song like it was glass. I need y'all to really tap in and listen to everything that is happening in each of these songs. Even the interludes, it's so intentional, it's on purpose, it's well thought out. Everything that he's doing, everything that he's not doing is needed. I'll say it for you, Kenyon. How about this? This album is already a classic. This album is a masterclass. Whichever way you want to look at it, whether you want to look at it from the engineer side, because oh my God, how do I hear every single vocal that Kenyon did? You look at it from that way. If you look at it lyrically, the production, the tracks, his leads, Feel the Love is Forever. We gonna always be able to feel this. Y'all better go listen to this album. Don't make me talk in vain. So you should just relax and let me take my time. Kenyon is always saying that R&B is in good hands because it's in his hands. And I feel like that line just speaks to that. And we are. And then with the chorus, I feel like he is continually talking to the listeners. Is it okay if I take my time? Show you how it feels when I connect to you. Sexual healing all night. Yes, listening to good music, there is sensuality involved. Lastly, this is my favorite song vocally. So another church-ism. In church, when you're singing a song, when you're ad-libbing or driving, and you hit an ad-lib that sounds real good, so you know the thing is you're supposed to hit it again to let them know that this wasn't an accident, but I do this for real. So Kenyon kind of did the same thing, not right after each other, but I love the run that ended the second verse or the second beat section going back into the chorus. So you should just relax and let me take my time. So when he goes to the vamp, make it count, every letter, yeah, that part, he ends that vamp with the same run, and I'm just like, thank you, because that was too good to hear just once. I love to hear real vocals on music. You can have great quality sounding voices and still sound like a human. There wasn't anything about his voice compromised. He wasn't made into a robot, and it's in those imperfect moments that things are made perfect. My favorite part of Marvin Gaye is that vamp after the second verse. The vamp after the chorus starts out with background vocals. They're not saying all of the words of that stanza. He ad-libs on top of them. He hits this like Princey, Philip Bailey, Kenyon Dixon note. So when there's a break, you know something is about to go down. The vamp repeats again. He starts leading the background vocals, pretty much making the background vocals echo him as a lead. So let's just say it's 4 lines. Make it count, every letter, when we care, ain't it better. He sings a lead line on all of those, but on 2 and 4, he puts a lower octave on those 2 lines and then starts ad-libbing on top of that. So you have the lead, you have the background vocals echoing it, but then he has those moments where he puts the octaves on the lead and start ad-libbing on top of his lead. So it's like those octave leads becomes the background to his ad-libbing. So I'm gonna play it again, but I'm not gonna talk this time. So, lead, background, octaves, ad-libs. Lead, background, octaves, ad-libs. And then my favorite ad-lib again. What a moment. I said I need to breathe. That's so genius. Kenyon, did you come up with that? It was a moment. The song is definitely a moment of its own. You know how the Bible talks about the wheel in the middle of the wheel? Baby, this was a moment inside of the moment. Ezekiel saw the wheel. Mama saw the moment. This album is a background vocal candy store. When a lot is going on, I look for that one thing that's gonna stand out. Do you know what the bow is? This moment would not be what it is without it. And I found it. It's not even gonna be what y'all think. It literally melts my musical soul. After all of this is this part right here. Do y'all So you should just relax and let me take my time. He could have easily harmonized that. That was the cherry on top. That was the bow. That gave us a moment to breathe before he went in for the next round. He has me learning these songs so I can sing with him, and then so I can do my own thing. You know how singers are. We gonna find another part to put in. Can you believe this album is only 34 minutes long? That's you going on lunch at 12, but your lunch don't start until your food is ready. So you left at 12, but you don't start eating until 12:04, and then you come back at 12:34. That's how jam-packed each song is. The length of this album and the amount of work that's in each song, it does not match up. But let me say this, and I mean this in the most respectful way. Kenyon has came out with a lot of good music. A switch kind of happened with Expectations. It was on a whole nother level. Like the music, the presentation, even the attention that he got for it. In the grand scheme of things, I feel like the Expectations record is his My Way, is his Brandy, you know, her first album, her 94 release. Closer, as flawless as this is, I believe that this is his 8701. It's his Never Say Never. So with the studying that he's been doing, can y'all imagine what his Full Moon, what his Confessions is gonna be? Think about it. As great as this album is, it's only the tip of the iceberg. I'm excited, but I'm nervous because I almost can't take this. All of that to say, y'all go get the album. If you're into R&B music, go get the album. Go run his numbers up. Tell him I sent you. These are the people that you not only want as your artists, you want them as your producers, songwriters, vocal producers, engineers. You want these type of people sitting on boards making very important decisions about how music is put out into the world and how it's received and who gets nominated for what. This nigga is R&B. Kenyon, I love this album. Mission accomplished. You kept your word, nigga. R&B is in good hands. If you enjoyed this music review, please let me know. Like this video, talk to me in the comments. I definitely talk back. If you have not subscribed to my channel, it's lit over here and we are growing every day. Hit the bell to be notified of any new uploads I bring to you guys every Wednesday and every Friday. Make sure to follow me on Facebook and Instagram at Maya Ellington. Both links are in the description box. I am an artist. I am a singer. I came out with the single end of last year. I need you guys to go check it out. It's the bomb. It's right in time for summer. It's called On, and it's available everywhere. That link is also in the description box. Until next time, always remember, turn me up in these monitors. These right here. These. Turn me up in the monitors. And also in the house. I need to hear me. The people need to hear me. So turn me up. Bye.